Movie magic.
Film the magic.
Okay.
Blended vegetable.
A reaction?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Back again for the last two parts to the recipe. We've done our potato and they're in the oven. It said supposedly for 25 minutes. I'm going to call the recipe a liar. It's going to take longer than that. It's going to take at least 40, depending on how thick your potatoes are in the porcelain dish. Okay? If you need to add extra liquid to that potato gratin. The next step is the stewed apple. For the stewed apple, you're cutting your apple into 8 equal portions. You're putting your butter into a thick based pan. As you do that, you're waiting for that to melt. You're going to add your butter and you're going to add your 5-star anise. I think it's called 5-star anise. I don't know why it's called 5-star because this one's got 7. And a cinnamon stick. Oh, love it. Love the smell of the spices. They're beautiful. Okay, and once you've actually melted your butter, added your apple, 5-star anise and cinnamon, you're going to add to that 30 ml of sparkling apple juice. That just gives it a bit more liquidity once the recipe has been made. So I'm just going to put my apples in there just now. And I'm going to just let that sit on the side of the stove while I finish off doing the spinach. Now the recipe says English spinach. We don't have English spinach. We've got what's called silver beet. Now if you're in a 5-star restaurant and you are cooking spinach, never ever give this as a substitute for English spinach. Quite frankly, in the Northern Hemisphere, this is cattle food. Okay? But we can do things to it to make it taste nice, and it looks a bit like spinach and it's green. So I'm going to just run my knife along the edge there and there, and I'm going to take off that bit, because that's the bit to me that's like cattle food. Okay, it's very sinewy. So we're going to just chop our silver beet. I'm going to stop saying spinach, although the recipe says spinach, and I'm just going to cut it into smaller pieces. Now 10 ml of butter. I've got a little bit more than 10 ml here. I'm just going to half this up. It's about 10 ml of butter into the pan. And I'll take my apples off in a minute because I want to use that gas. Get that going. Okay. Now for some reason, Miss has put an onion on my tray. You don't have one, but I'm not going to waste it. So I've washed my vegetables and I'm just going to cut that up quickly, and I'm going to add that to the butter and just sweat that off just a little bit. And then before I add the spinach, the butter should be melting by now. So make sure the bottom of your pan's covered. Obviously in year 12 you don't put your fingers into the pan like that. Mackenzie does silly things like that. Okay, so we really want to get this pan going nice and hot. Sweat off our onions. While I'm doing that, I'm going to light another gas at the back here, just to keep my, maybe I'm not, keep my apples going. Oh, it lit as soon as I'm just going to pull it away. So you really want to get the gas hot for that. Not for the apples, for the roasted spinach. I'm just going to set that aside, keep the onions moving, and then pop spinach moving it around. And up my scrap bowl. This does not take long at all. Actually, English spinach is a lot quicker than silver beet. As you can see, it's getting a bit smaller. Silver beet, it's a bit more coarse, so you really want to get it to where you're going to be able to eat it. Now this is just going to be served, or your pork is going to be served on this bed of spinach. It's going to be served on the bed of spinach, stewed apple on the side, and your potato also on the plate. So you can see that's wilted, that's gone really quite soft. And before I set the kitchen on fire, I'm going to transfer that into a stainless steel bowl that I've got sitting at the side. Now, what you don't want is you don't want your pan to get cool. You want to keep your pan hot, and into your pan you're going to add another little knob of butter. The recipe doesn't say that, by the way, it only says one. And what else it doesn't say, turn this down a little bit, what else it doesn't say is it doesn't say oil. Thank you. But you also need probably about a teaspoon of oil in there. Okay, not much at all. And then taking your meat, your Cajun encrusted pork. Oh, look at it, it's got nice and red. Okay, you're going to pop that straight into that sizzling pan. Get that back up hot again. Now your extra spices, you want to keep a hold of those. With your spices, you can add some more oil. And spices, as soon as your pan starts to get a bit dry. Okay? Down a bit. There's my apples going. I really need to have a spoon to move those around. Pop them in there. You're just going to go slow. I'll concentrate on those once I get the pork into the combi oven. So it's important that you brown the pork on both sides, just starting to brown. It's kind of hard to tell with your Cajun spices in there. Just be careful you don't get your pork over the side of the pan. You can see the tail part of that starting to burn. Okay? It's actually enough. I don't want to have that on there any longer. I'm just going to add a little bit more oil. It's starting to get really quite dry. There's only a little bit left in there. And I'm going to add more Cajun spices. Simply because I have a heck of a lot left over. Okay, take your pan, and these pans are designed that the whole pans can go into the combi oven. Now year 12, do you remember how you know that that handle is going to be extremely hot when you take the pork out?
Cover with the towel.
Cover it with?
Cover the handle with the towel.
Yeah, well that's a good idea. Preferably not a towel, but your actual oven gloves. Leave the oven gloves on there so people know how to. But the trick in the kitchen, or any commercial kitchen, is to put flour on it. If you see flour on a handle, that means do not touch. It's just an unwritten law, and I haven't seen it written anywhere, but usually in commercial kitchens, put the flour on it. So now I'm going to concentrate on my apples and just working those through, and we'll show you the finished product at the end when everything comes together. Thank you.